So Go-Go Power Rangers issue 23 was one crazy frickin' issue. I mean, this issue is definitely setting up what's happening right now in the Mighty Morphin storyline, because holy crap, that cliffhanger at the end, we'll get to that cliffhanger in a bit, because there's a lot I need to go over with this issue. So this issue mostly wraps up the War Bunny fight that we had from last month, and War Bunny's destroyed. Jason comes and saves the day. I'd go more into War Bunny. It was a really cool fight, seeing the Thunderzords and how they battled War Bunny, but War Bunny's not important right now. Right now we need to talk about the Jason stuff, because the Jason stuff was pretty freaking interesting. I mean, that Jason stuff is the meat and potatoes of this issue. I mean, the War Bunny stuff was cool, don't get me wrong. That was one cool Zord fight, but the Mighty Morphins, not the Mighty Morphin stuff, the Jason stuff, that was, we got to talk about that Jason stuff right now. So diving into the Jason stuff through most of this review, let's get right into it. So this review opens up with the battle in Shattered Grid, that whole finale where they were fighting Lord Drakon on the moon. And this is a very interesting issue, because most issues in Go-Go Power Rangers open up before Arrival Day, during Arrival Day, a few days after Arrival Day. This one has no flashback. It actually breaks that mold where Go-Go used to do, like, it would open up with a few pages in the past of the Power Ranger universe, in the comic Power Ranger universe, saying this is what happened before they became Rangers, or this is what happened a bit after Shattered Grid. We don't get any of that in this issue. We jump right into the action, which I don't know why Ryan did that. I get the feeling he had too many pages, or there wasn't enough time, or he's telling a different kind of story, but this one doesn't have a flashback for, like, to start off the issue. It just jumps right into the action in that big fight on the moon when Shattered Grid happens, which is still really cool, but I wonder what Ryan was trying to tell. But like I said, he probably didn't have enough time or not enough pages. So moving on, so we see the battle on the moon, where we actually get to see the RPM Rangers fighting, Gia's fighting, we get to see the Gold Ranger fighting. It's cool to see the Gold Ranger and Gia fighting, because they are in Battle for the Grid, so those first two Rangers that you see, they are characters playable in Battle for the Grid. But one notable thing that I talked about in my preview discussion for this issue is the Beast Morpher Rangers fighting Lord Drakon, and Lord Drakon basically murders the Beast Morpher Rangers in cold blood, and I get the feeling that the Beast Morpher Rangers might have murdered Blaze, because Blaze is on the ground, and a lot of people were asking me in the comment section for that preview page, why is Blaze there on the moon, why is Blaze in the battle? I was questioning it as well, but I kind of forgot that during the battle in Shattered Grid, Lord Drakon was recruiting evil Rangers, so I get the feeling that Drakon gave Blaze the opportunity to work with him, and no doubt about it, Blaze chose Lord Drakon over Evox, and a lot of people are saying, do you think Drakon killed Evox? Possibly. That could have been a situation. That's maybe a theory or a discussion for another day. Who knows? I get the feeling we'll never know the answer, but Blaze makes a small cameo in this issue, even though he's dead on the ground. So Jason confronts Lord Drakon, and they fight each other head on, and it is a really cool battle. I mean, throughout the battle you see Lord Drakon actually changing forms. Like in one panel, Lord Drakon's fighting Jason in his second evolution form that you see when he fuses his Samurai and the Zeo powers together, and then in a different panel, like when Jason gets a good clean hit on Lord Drakon, in the next panel, in the big 2-page spread, Lord Drakon's in his final form, and Drakon has some interesting dialogue against Jason, and Jason is really banged up in this fight, because Drakon goes, you don't know, we've already danced this dance before. So Drakon's just taunting him, saying that he's already killed Jason, and Jason, like I said, is really banged up in this battle. Like, he's bleeding, his helmet's cracked really badly, and I freaking love it when you see cracked helmets in Power Rangers, and seeing it in the comic, in this fight against Lord Drakon, it's even more cooler. And Drakon kind of knows this is some sort of weird simulation, saying you can't hurt the past, you can't kill a ghost. And Jason goes, you want to bet, and he charges at Lord Drakon, slicing at him, and Lord Drakon is quote-unquote killed, because as his visor snapped open, you just see this weird dust floating out of him. And as the battle is over, you hear a mysterious voice saying he was only the first Jason. So I don't know if this is Lord Drakkon saying this in his final moments, or this is a totally different person, but I get the feeling this is a totally different person talking from what we learn later on throughout the issue, because what the Morphin Master does, he's trying to convince Jason to help him to become the Omega Ranger that we see later down the line in Mighty Morphin. So he goes, I have to show you the past, future, and the present all in one go. So through this flashback, Jason remembers everything. He remembers Lauren, he remembers Jen, he remembers Tommy dying. He basically remembers the entire events of Shattered Grid. So Go-Go Power Rangers, what happened, it's still the original Mighty Morphin timeline that we read in the comics, except everyone's memories were wiped of Shattered Grid, and they can't remember what happened exactly, so now Jason and Go-Go remembers exactly what happened in Shattered Grid. So the future was changed, the future was fixed, but what the Morphin Master did to Jason made him remember everything that happened in that timeline. So after all of that, Jason says he's going to help the Blue Emissary and help him with his cause to fix the universe and everything that happened, which is going on in Mighty Morphin, the Omega Rangers. And the Blue Emissary says, I'll form a brand new team of Rangers. We have to find people who want to join. So I'm really hoping as Go-Go goes on, as we get more issues of Go-Go Power Rangers, we're going to see Jason offer Trini and Zack to help him form the Omega Rangers, which I'm curious to see how they're going to do that approach, how they're going to tell everyone they're going to a peace conference, but when really they're off in the universe saving other planets. I'm very curious how they're going to approach that in these two different comics, because what they're setting up is really, really big on that final page, which I'll get to in a bit. I want to talk about the other stuff before I talk about that panel, because I could talk about that panel for a long time with everything that's going on. But that's what I'm really hoping. I'm hoping in the next few issues of Go-Go Power Rangers, you'll see Jason, Trini, and Zack all bond together and form the Omega Rangers. The Blue Emissary will recruit them later down the line, and I can't wait to see how he approaches them. But I get the feeling that Jason is going to choose them. I know he's going to definitely ask Zack, and Zack's going to say yes, because Zack is the second in command of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and I get the feeling Trini is going to go with him for old time's sakes, because they were boyfriend and girlfriend in Go-Go Power Rangers for a little bit, so I get the feeling that she might have feelings for him just a little bit, but she'll want to go with him, because Trini will want to save people and make the universe better. But we'll find out. I'm excited to see where the characters go in that direction. So after the War Bunny stuff, Trini decides to quit working at the shelter, because Zack's like, hey, I gave it a thought, what you said to me, I'll work here too. And Trini's like, no need, because I already quit. Lord Zed is targeting the things we love and care about. He's gonna put a lot of people in danger if he does this again, so I don't want to put these kids or animals in danger. I'm going to quit. So Trini quits working at the shelter because Lord Zed is basically targeting the things they love and care about, so they need to be careful, because Lord Zed is just targeting the things they love. He kind of does that in the TV show. He made a lipstick into a monster, I don't know. That's what I remember in Mighty Morphin. Anyways, after that we then cut to Kimberly and Matt talking in the park, and they're sitting on a jungle gym, and I really like Matt. I'm so glad Ryan didn't write him out of the comics after the Alpha 1 stuff. Matt is still around, he's still a character, he's still a great written character, because Matt just reading his dialogue in this issue, he's basically the shoulder for Kim to lean on when she's got all her problems going around. It's like a therapy session for her, and Matt, I just freaking love Matt. I don't know if it's Cine Grace or Ryan writing Matt's dialogue, but Matt's dialogue just seems the most realistic out of, if you were best friends with someone who was a Power Ranger, I get the feeling you'd be having these, pep talks with your friends, don't worry, things are gonna be okay, you always pull through. Matt's a really good written character. He's the only, he could have been a douchebag. He could have been a douchebag because they didn't tell him the secrets, but Matt's, the nicest person to the Rangers. And I just like him. He could have been one of those idiot civilian characters, one of those jerk characters, but Matt's got a heart, and that's what I really do like about the character. He's not an upright dickhead, and that's what I do like about Matt. So let's talk about the last page, the big cliffhanger for Go-Go Power Rangers issue 23, because this got me all excited, and I've reread it. Now I understand what it means, because I might have made a mistake at the start of the review saying it was the first Jason. Now I know what it means. I was a big dummy, I didn't see the comma. Let's talk about it. So, after Jason defeated Lord Drakon, he's standing over his body, and Jason tells the Blue Emissary he heard a voice. And they said he was only the first Jason, and then Jason turns around and goes, no. Which I'm guessing Jason is saying no because he's seeing all those threats to come later down the line, but Jason says, after I defeated Drakon, I heard a voice. Then I turned and saw them. So this is what he's saying no about. The shadows of the enemies to come. Threats beyond Rita and Zed. Threats not just to Earth, but to everything. They're out there. Watching, waiting, and we have to stop them. And who you see in these shadows is Vox, Dane, and some weird alien, which I get the feeling that alien might be a brand new character we'll see later down the line, or it's the Lady of Breel. But also in the background, you do see an army of people behind these three characters holding spears, and that was mostly the weapons that the people of Breel used. So I get the feeling what Jason is saying is the threats and necessary evil later to come. And I get the feeling why it's called necessary evil, because what happened in Shattered Grid and what happened after Shattered Grid, or during Shattered Grid, with the whole grid shattering and everything going on, made all these people corrupt. And just, oh my god, this is one cool panel. I get the feeling I know those people in the background have to be the army of Breel, because they do look orcish, they're holding spears and stuff, it's like I said earlier, and so it's weapons they used, and no doubt about it, I know who those two characters are. We see Vox and Dane. Dane and Vox are big players in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers that we've seen already. Who this third character is, no idea. People are saying in my chat that it might have been the Queen of Breel. No idea, but they look a bit short to be that Queen of Breel, but they are crouching and you don't really see a hair silhouette on them. So no idea who they are, but this was one hype final page to end on, because now everything in Go-Go and Power Rangers is finally connecting together, and I can't wait to see where it goes next. I mean, this is getting crazier and crazier with each month, and when issue 43 drops, that's going to get even more crazier. So if I could give this issue a rating, I'd give it a 10 out of 10, because that cliffhanger sold it for me. That was one freaking awesome cliffhanger. I mean, the art was on point, the writing was on point, everything in Go-Go Power Rangers and Mighty Morphin has been on point lately. 10 out of 10. I can't wait to see where it goes next, because this issue has been freaking amazing. This issue was freaking amazing, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen in Mighty Morphin issue 43 now that things are connecting. So tell me what you guys thought of the issue in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, love to hear your opinion. Remember to slap a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys around. Peace out, take care, and bye.